Welcome to my bivariate presentation titled Let's Get Political, Morocco. My research design is centered around the question, do income level, education level, and sex influence the extent to which people take political action in Morocco? My rationale is based on Layli's analysis of Verba and Nye's socioeconomic status model, which reveals that individuals with higher incomes and education are more likely to take political action. Verba, Nye, and Kim's research reveals that men are more likely to take political action than women. My hypothesis is that an increase in level of education and income, as well as being a male, increases people's level of political action in Morocco. Both a higher level of education and a higher income predispose people to engage in the society around them more and thus take more political action. My dependent variable index for political action is composed of 3 indicators: signing a petition, joining in boycotts, and attending lawful demonstrations. My reliability analysis shows that no indicator measure should be deleted because, as shown in the alpha of deleted column, the removal of any of the 3 listed indicators would lower the alpha score. The alpha score of 0.7629 allows us to conclude that the 3 indicators are related enough to combine in an index. The central tendency measure of mean was used because our index is an ordinal variable with many categories. The mean is 4.596. Our median of 4.000 indicates the middle value above and below which 50% of the cases lie. My raw index, as shown in the chart, ranges from 3 low to 9 high level of political action. The kurtosis of negative 0.436 indicates that the data at hand is not peaked much at or near the center of distribution and is in fact a bit more flat than a normal distribution. The skewness of 0.748 indicates that the index has a positive skewed distribution, meaning it is skewed slightly to the left, deviating from a normal distribution by a slight amount of 0.748. My independent variable for education measures the education level respondents have received and is an ordinal variable. Literature supporting the relationship between education and political action is carried out by both Ozaimi and Layli that show more education leads to more political activity. My TAB of negative 0.26178 shows a moderately strong level of association between these 2 variables, yet a negative direction between the variables opposite of hypothesis 1. The F probability of 0.000 shows that a relationship exists between education and political action and thus is not random or due to error. The Pearson chi-square significance shows that there is a very low chance that the relationship between education and political action is due to sampling error. My second independent variable, income, measures the income level of respondents' households and is an ordinal variable. Literature by Brady, Verba, and Schultzman show that the relationship between income and political action is a positive one, where socioeconomic status is a predictor of political activity. My TAC of negative 0.07220 shows a very weak level of association, with a negative direction between my independent and dependent variable opposite hypothesis 2. My F probability shows that a relationship exists between income and political action, and this is not random or due to error. My Pearson's chi-significance shows that there is a very low chance that the relationship between income and political action is due to sampling error. My third variable of sex identifies the sex of the respondent and is a nominal variable. Literature by Verba, Nye, and Kim's research reveals that men are more likely to take political action than women. Burke confirms these findings. The Kramer's V of 0.17316 shows a very weak level of association between sex and political action. The F probability, however, shows that a relationship regardless exists between sex and political action, and this is not random or due to error. The Pearson chi-square significance also shows that there is a very low chance that the relationship between sex and political action is due to sampling error. My summary shows that while my hypotheses are not affirmed, we can reject the null hypothesis because our p-values indicate that the relationship between political activity, education, income, and sex is not random or due to sampling error. Our conclusions suggest that we look into further academic literature defining political action. Also, we should look into the relationship between income, education, and sex to political protests as an alternative to political action, look into more research publications, and look into what makes Morocco so special as a Middle Eastern country that doesn't follow the outlined Western statistics.